you know, if you're trying to create a totalitarian future, all you've got to do is get the left and the right fighting with each other. Okay? The whole purpose of a university campus like this is to talk about the ideas. It's freedom of speech.
There are many, many more of us than you. There are many, many more of us than you. There are many, many more, many, many more, many, many more of us than you.
So I started Students Against Tyranny in September of 2021. I started originally as kind of a social group for young people who didn't want to necessarily take the jab, because they were facing a lot of societal pressures, whether that was their friends, their relatives, the schools, the government, the media, whatever. And so I started as a social group to bring young people together so they didn't feel so alone and isolated in their beliefs and opinions. And it's since transpired into an activism movement of young people who oppose institutionalised Marxism and the shutdown of free speech within universities.
Well, as a former student, when I was at university, if you can divide it into a left and right, university was very left all the way back then. They had guys from Socialist Worker coming around handing out stuff, but the idea that you've got to remember that you know, if you define left and right, so a loose definition of left and right is the right is pick yourself up by your bootstraps, every man for himself, dog eat dog. That's kind of the right. And the left is no man left behind. Yeah, help out the minorities, make sure stuff's distributed. That's the kind of idea. So what's happened is the left has now morphed into the right. Well, it's become far left. Yeah, and the far, well, no one ever asks how, you know, is the far left going too far? You know, what sort of standards? So you want diversity, equity and inclusion, which is one of the tools that they're using to achieve the 17 sustainability goals. You know, what is diverse? Well, diverse is if you know, now that means if you're not white, right? So okay, so if in a diverse basketball team, if it's all black players, is that diverse? Well, no, it's not by sort of the current understanding of what the word diverse would mean. It'd be someone from every background, wouldn't it? Inclusion, right? Oh, we want to be able to include. On the surface, it sounds like a great idea, but you know, what is inclusion? Would you want to include in your society murderers, rapists, you know, thieves? Do you want to include? Well, you're not being inclusive. Sure, you know, everyone should be included. Well, no, because we've got standards, we've got certain values that we want upheld in society, and really that's where the conservatism, if you like, that's where those ideas need to be. Hang on, there's some good ideas in conservatism. There's some good ideas on the right, and there's some great ideas on the left too. What we want is a good society that we can all live in.
So the first one was about a gentleman called John Christian. He's not actually been to the protests. So what can you tell me briefly about John Christian?
So John, we managed to confirm his story with Manchester University. They said it was accurate what happened. So obviously we've decided to keep John anonymous. We know who he is, but we've had to keep him anonymous to protect his identity because we know how these far left groups work. I'm unemployable, I've been expelled from university, I'll never be able to work because of groups like Hope Not Hate, Stand Up for Racism, Antifa, and he didn't want to go through the same thing. So
Agenda 2030 is just such
this is the last protest we've done.
Decided, not us, we haven't elected.
It's kind of sad that he hasn't been to a protest.
This is not,
but we've had to
a representation of people's views.
This has
just been decided.
So I hear you've left the university. Are you concerned you might effectively be the next John Christian?
One of those goals, I believe, is goal number 13.
I've been expelled for anti-Semitism, was what they claimed.
Climate.
So yeah, they kicked me out for that. And then.
So we've all heard of
my university lied about when I was expelled, and so you've got the student loans company claiming I owe them £5,000. So they're saying I was kicked out 3 months before I was. My university's refusing to sort that out. The student loans company's not doing anything. And so what it's resulted in is now they're going to be taking money out of my paycheck. The only way I can do it, and the only way I can fight it, is by spending money to take it to court. It's ridiculous. No matter what, I lose.
Is it about time to get rid of the right and left?
Well, I'd say I'm a little bit of an anarchist, so I believe in no government. We don't actually need government. We can use the systems, and as long as we can behave responsibly and have a shared set of values, we can actually work things out for ourselves. We don't need to be nannied. You know, this whole idea of a nanny state, we don't really need it. Left and right, you know, they're old school terms. You know, they're not really. They're just wasted. They're wasted. So no, I'm politically homeless. I'm not left and I'm not right. In the current election cycle, I would encourage people to vote for none of the above. None of them. In fact, the surveys actually say that 70% of people, if you ask them, would you prefer a new candidate, a new party, or a completely new system, 70% of people will tell you they want a new system, because everyone's aware that it's broken. It's just that we don't have anything yet to put in its place.
There are many, many more than you.
Iranian.
There are many, many more than you.
People in
There are many, many more.
A black nation and an Iranian person, and you're accusing us of being racist. And you can't define what, you can't even define what fascism is. Come on, look at the colour of your skin. Classic.
If you've got a valid point today,
We've got some lovely looking umbrellas here to protect that camera from the rain.
cause aggravation, you're going to hide your face. If it's a valid point, you've got a valid argument.
Nazis come! All for street!
And are you opposed to fascism yourself?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people here are, but the group we had earlier, they claim to be opposed to fascism as well, but yet the two groups didn't seem to be able to agree on anything.
Well, no, I mean, we had a little conversation afterwards with a couple of the guys that were like, shouting at us. And when it actually came down to it and we started to talk, we've got the same ideas, we're on the same page. It's like we've been labelled as something, you've seen it on social media, you've formed an opinion about us before even speaking, and then you're shouting at us, but you're not even spoken to us yet to find out what our views actually are. As soon as we started talking, yeah, we agree that we don't want top-down control, the fascist kind of control that you're worried about. We're on your side, but you actually have to sit and talk to us and listen. Which is the purpose of a university campus. That's the whole point.
I'm opposed to any form of ideology that promotes authoritarianism. Fascism is one of them. It promotes it's authoritarian by nature, so you'll have a lot of ethno-nationalists who aren't welcome at our events. Even though it's free speech, we actually have had a few here today. But
that is all production.
In terms of ideologies like that, I do not support it because it's authoritarian by nature. Communism, socialism, Marxism, fascism, Nazism, whatever it is, they're all authoritarian. And that is something I'm against. I'm pro-freedom, and so I vehemently will stand against those ideologies.
Calm yourselves down! Calm yourselves down!
So just finally, what do you think of the Palestinian protesters turning up earlier?
Surprised to me. Surprised to me. You know, obviously we've all got sympathy with that cause. You know, you've got a state apparatus going in and literally with a sledgehammer to take out a terrorist organisation and not caring who they destroy to get at them. Which is, you know, you're just killing thousands of innocent, mainly children, because their population is just such a young population. Of course I stand with them. Of course I stand against genocide. You know, it's like, oh, I don't like them, kill them all. I mean, what kind of insanity is that? So yeah, in that case, I stand against them. So I stand with those guys. They came running over though. We're categorised as being far right, so they've already categorised us as the enemy. They come running over. And fortunately, one of our guys stood up and says, you know, free Palestine, we're with you, stop the genocide, and we're all aligning with them, and they didn't quite know what to do. It's a funny situation, isn't it?
They will never join forces with me. I don't think people realise how many times I've tried to talk to them, and they're like, no, I know you're a fascist, you know, we don't debate fascists, whatever it is. We have tried reaching out and forming a connection with these groups, but these groups are the fascists. They are being used by the state as pawns to push their own, to push the government's political agenda. I mean, I organised a protest in Cardiff against 15-minute cities, and Antifa came out against that. It's like they're funded and supported by these local councils, by the local government, to come out to counter-protest anyone who stands against government policies. They are the brown shirts, and so we will never be able to join forces because we are on polar opposites of the political spectrum.